Well, it is that time of the year again, the time where we are all bundling up because of the cold winter weather, and also the time of the year where I am going to be reviewing this year's annual Holiday Barbie. And I, of course, chose the racially ambiguous tan version, the Latina version of Holiday Barbie this year, because I really feel like she's the only one worth looking at, to be completely honest. That is, unless somehow, miraculously, a Christmas miracle happens and they release the redhead version of Holiday Barbie that they were originally going to come out with this year, just like last year. They were going to have a redhead version of Holiday Barbie, but I guess because not enough Walmarts were actually ordering Odile last year, regardless of how popular she was, the stores, at least in my area, none of them were actually making space for her, so she ended up being online only for most Americans. I guess because of that situation, they canceled this year's Redhead, which makes me sad because, like, the prototype images, I can't even really make out what face sculpt she's using. So she could have been really beautiful. We'll never know. So I guess I will start out by talking a little bit about the box design. I feel like it's more exciting than last year's packaging design. I'd like to think that it would be, considering they're branding this as like the 30th anniversary special edition Holiday Barbie. So the back reads, "For 35 years, Holiday Barbie doll has turned festive moments into cherished memories, inspired new family traditions, and filled the season with goodwill and joy. May your 2023 Holiday Barbie doll usher in a season gleaming with golden splendor, dreams fulfilled, and an abundance of happiness." And on the back of the box, you can also see all the different variants that she came in. I'm honestly surprised they bothered to release an Asian version of the Holiday Barbie again this year, because also no stores were actually ordering that version of her. Like, all the stores in my area, they were only getting Millie and the black version, definitely, and some of them were getting the Latina version in, but nobody was ordering the Asian variant. And the only place I could really find the Asian version of Holiday Barbie in last year was in Toys R Us. Like, some of the Macy's in my area have built-in Toys R Us's inside of the Macy's, and that's the only place I could find Olivia last year. But this year, they decided to use the Kira head sculpt for the Asian Barbie. And at first, I was thinking about getting her, but then I noticed that the designer chose to use the flat face version of the Kira sculpt, the one where it doesn't have as much sculpted facial definition, the one that they usually use for Playline dolls, on this Barbie signature adult collectible. For whatever reason, they chose to use the bad version of the Kira sculpt on the Holiday doll. So that really disappointed me. And also, of course, they had the token Millie doll, and for whatever reason they chose Daya for the Black Barbie this year. I honestly would have been happier with another Brooklyn, just with better makeup than last year. So the only one that I chose to get this year, unfortunately, was the Karl variant. She's honestly the only one that I think is worthy of the Barbie signature title in the set. So here is 2023 Holiday Karl straight out of her packaging. And earlier this year, I was using this doll to compare with the Barbie Looks Karl that also came out earlier this year. And I was saying that this version of her had a much more signature worthy facial screening. And now that I have her in my hands, yeah, definitely I prefer the screening on this version of Karl a lot more. I just feel like because of her, she's got more painted on eyelashes. They're painted a lot more delicately than the Barbie Looks Karl. She also has some very beautiful golden upper eyelid eyeshadow. She has a beautiful red lipstick color and just overall, a lot more detail in the eyes than Barbie Looks Carl had. I love her eyebrow color. I think that her eyebrow color as well works very well with the hair color. Like it's a one-to-one match, I believe. I just think she's really beautiful overall. And if you had both dolls, I could definitely see somebody like making siblings out of them. Because the Barbie Looks Carl looks a lot more innocent than this one does. This one sort of like has a more like a valley girl look to her. Like she's more, I think it's probably like the chola hairstyle they got going on, like the bump it hairstyle they have. I think that's also feeding into the more preppy vibe that she has. But yeah, her smoky eyeshadow and then that golden highlight, just beautiful. I love it. And her hair is also super really nice quality. This is a Saran hair. And I mentioned the bump it hairstyle. This is basically the same exact hairstyle that Olivia had last year. And a lot of people had issues with Olivia because you could see her scalp under the hair bump. I think because they rooted it so sparsely in the front, like they had like one line of rooting for this top layer that folds back into the ponytail. I think the rooting plus the fact that Olivia had super pale skin last year and her hair was like jet black, so that contrast definitely made the lack of hair rooting a lot more apparent. But I don't think that Karl really has that issue this year. Like I can't really see the scalped through the bump it in the front. But yeah, this hairstyle is really like 90s chola coded to me, which feeds more into the fact that I see this doll as Latina, but she could be whatever you want her to be. Also, she comes with some really beautiful plastic star earrings. And the dress overall, I think the dress is definitely an upgrade from last year. I liked Angel Kent's vision last year for the flower that he was trying to do. It just didn't have any detail on it. Let's be real. I mean, it was a solid color. It didn't have really any glitter on it. It could have had a lot more embellishments and detail, but it just didn't. It looked like garbage in comparison to this. I'm going to be honest. I don't know exactly who designed these particular Barbie. Well, I know who did it, but I don't know their name. But the person, I know they don't do Barbie signature often, so that might be a reason why the head sculpts chosen were really bland. I mean, imagine designing a Barbie signature collection and choosing Dea and Millie and Karl. I mean, I got this Karl because I still don't have a whole lot of her in my collection, except like the sweet tea Karl that Timothy gifted me. I still haven't restyled her. I'm waiting for them to come out with a petite, pale body for her. And the flat face Kira, like it makes me so sad because I actually really was excited to get Kira this year as well. I think she definitely deserves more recognition in Barbie signature. I was so disappointed that they used the playline version of her sculpt in Barbie signature. I really cannot believe that they did that. But the dress design, I think, is definitely a level up from last year. Like, I really love the shape of this golden glitter bodice. It's constructed very well, and the bodice sort of feeds into the lower part of the dress, which is a very, very thick fabric. This is a really, really thick dress fabric. It's really silky, really shiny. It's really beautiful, actually. Really beautiful color. I'm not sure how well it's going to come on camera, but it's just a really warm golden, and it reflects the light very elegantly. And the bottom is actually hemmed. I know that's the bare minimum, but I just wanted to mention that. Some people didn't like the mesh overlay with the ruffle and the golden sparkles. I think it looks really cute though, personally. I think it looks adorable, and I love how that pattern goes all the way around to the back. I mean, they didn't have to put them back here, you know, they could have just left it blank, but they did. And I'm happy that they made it go all the way around. And over the top of the dress, this is another extra detail. She actually has a little cape. How cute is that? I love this mesh cape that she has with a little bow on the front. It's kind of giving Snow White, the good version. And for her accessories, she also comes with another accessory. I don't think last year's came with a bracelet. She might have. I don't know. But she has this like golden sparkle bracelet sculpt that I think is a new sculpt as well. And the shoes, I've definitely seen the shoes before, but they are a metallic golden color. This is a reused Barbie signature heel sculpt, unfortunately. But overall, I think that it's definitely a step up for Holiday Barbie from last year, like the level, like the lack of detail from last year. Still, I think that the ones Carlisle came out with in 2021, where they had the armor bodice, are the coolest Barbie holiday dolls. Unfortunately, I feel like my main issue with the holiday Barbies every year is that they're not really that inspired. Like, what's the theme for this doll besides Christmas? Like, it's sparkles. What is that? What I think would be really cool for Holiday Barbie, and maybe this is something that the designers have thought of, but they're just not allowed to do for whatever reason, is if we were to branch out a little bit from the ball gowns for Holiday Barbie. I know it's kind of tradition, but it would be really cool if we could get like a collection of holiday dolls, of collector quality holiday dolls, where they're wearing winter clothes, but it's not like ball gowns. Like, imagine like a collection of Holiday Barbie one year where they had like puffer jackets and beanies on, really cute fabric beanies on, and they were more like collector quality, like they had the quality in the clothes that were elevated from Playline, but more casual, more things that people would actually wear. Or one thing they could do is they could try putting these dolls in suits. They've never made holiday Barbies where they're wearing suits before. Overall, I would just like more creative theming personally, and I don't feel bad giving all this criticism because this is supposed to be a adult collector line of dolls. So maybe one year we could have, like, I don't know, a gingerbread theme. Maybe one year we could have a holiday, like Christmas tree topper, like angel theme. I'm sure they've done that in the past. Actually, I'm positive they've done that in the past, but not recently. Or maybe one year we could have, I don't know, like a Krampus theme. That would be awesome. In fact, you know what? Another thing I was thinking about is like, they're called holiday Barbies, right? They're obviously Christmas themed, but they're not called Christmas Barbies anymore. So why does every year Holiday Barbie have to be Christmas themed? Maybe each year we could theme Holiday Barbie after a different holiday. Like, we could have one year Holiday Barbie could be Halloween themed, or Easter themed, or Valentine's Day themed, or St. Patrick's Day themed. I mean, they're not doing the individual miniature holiday Barbies anymore. Like, you know, they used to do like the Easter Barbie and it was like a little thing, or like the Halloween Barbie. They used to do that. But since Holiday Barbie isn't called Christmas Barbie, why can't we have like a Nightmare Before Christmas holiday Barbie? I mean, they have the Disney license. I mean, they could actually call it that if they wanted to. And have like all the holiday Barbies be Halloween themed one year. That would be cool. Halloween is a holiday. Holiday Barbie. Um, just breaking the mold a little bit because I feel like I'm not the only one that's sick of this. I can't be the only one that's just sick of seeing this every year, right? Now, one last thing that I did want to mention about this doll is skin tone matches. She unfortunately does not have an exact made to move skin tone match that I have been able to see. I mean, Tiffany uses the green tie-dye made smooth body, and that's probably going to be the closest original size body that you can really get. And I did mention earlier in the year that I wanted to replace Barbie Looks Carl's head with hers because this screening is just better. And I honestly didn't keep any of Carl's heads, the Barbie Looks Carl's heads, so I just have her bodies here. And as you can see, it's not an exact match with Looks Carl. I think Looks Carl's skin tone is just more brown and the head is more pink. I'm gonna make it work though. I mean, who's gonna stop me? Will Ferrell? Unfortunately, because I am super picky with my facial screenings, the one Amazon sent me just isn't up to my standards. Her eyes are printed on a little higher than the sculpt. Most of you all will probably not be able to even notice that on video. It's just whenever I get up close to them and want to take pictures, it's something that will always bother me. So unfortunately, I'm probably going to have to like order a bunch of them from Amazon and just pick the best one. Because I even went to the Toys R Us inside of the Macy's in my area, and they only had one Karl left. I think Karl and Dea are probably the most popular ones from this year. They had a crap ton of Kira though. Nobody wants to buy that poor girl. And they had an abundance of Millie because I think they over order the white doll. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to get a good one of Karl eventually, like a better one. The Targets in my area haven't got her in. They've only got the white version and the black version. And Walmart hasn't put them out yet. I don't know why. They're really late to the party on these dolls for some. I know it's only September, but last year they had the holiday Barbies out in July. So I don't know what's going on. Now, is she worth $40? I can't confidently say so because my standards are higher than that. I still feel like holiday Barbies should have basic elbow, wrist, and knee articulation. I don't think that's a lot to ask for because they already have the sculpt for the Mall Muse body to be articulated, but Mattel knows that people will buy them regardless, so that's why they don't do it, because people aren't hounding them about it and they know they're going to buy it regardless, so why would they? Put more money into the stall. Buy low, sell high. That's how this business works. So unfortunately, I don't think articulated holiday Barbie will ever happen because not enough people are demanding it. But anyways, if you all like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to support my channel. And I'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much. Bye.